Hey everyone, we're at the storage here, and for this video I'm going to be removing the carburetor and the intake manifold from the engine. Yeah, I'm going to be pulling it off the engine, and to get the carburetor ready to be rebuilt. We'll give you a quick overview here before I get started. And of course here's the carburetor. And of course the intake manifold. Yeah, the only thing that really needs doing is taking loose these cables. Down here, this is for the choke, and somebody rigged up a band clamp to hold the choke cable in place, which just doesn't work. I'm gonna do some research, find out how this choke cable is supposed to be held, if it was a bracket or what, and then I'm gonna have to start scouring the internet and import parts companies and see if I can find one. Then here you have your accelerator cable and your return spring. So when you're inside the car hitting the gas, out here this is happening. Opens up the carburetor, lets the fuel in, and of course you accelerate. And you got to have that spring so when it's pulled back, it pushes everything back closed when you lift off the accelerator. Otherwise, your engine's just going to keep racing higher and higher, and you wouldn't be able to stop. Or you'd have a hell of a time stopping and probably blow your engine. But I'm going to take the carburetor and the intake manifold off. Just in case you hadn't caught, the first video I did, this is a Stromberg carburetor. It's a little British carburetor. It's the original carburetor that came on this car. And of course up here is a plunger assembly for where you put oil down inside the dash pod. It keeps the carburetor lubricated and everything working freely. And if you don't put the oil in here, then of course you'll damage your carburetor. So their British carburetors are quite different from American carburetors. But I'm going to go ahead and rebuild this. This is a great little gas-saving carburetor. It is not. There's not much in the department of power, but it is a great little gas-saving carburetor. For like increased performance, they do put out. Weber puts out a really good carburetor, for everyday street driving, and then they go all the way up to like a racing carburetor. I'll probably go up to the street use carburetor later, but they're quite expensive, and I simply can't afford to put a Weber on here at this point. So I'm going to rebuild the original equipment here, and hey, at least the car will run and it'll drive, and I'll be getting some great gas mileage. So alright, I'm going to turn the camera off, and I'll turn it back on when I made some progress. Alright, this is what we got done so far. I only got the whole intake holding on by 2 nuts. Everything, there's 2 nuts with these locks underneath, one down here and then the other one over here on the other side are underneath. I already pulled them out. I got them sitting over here in their respective places. The whole stud came out, and the nut is apparently froze onto the stud, so I think I'm just going to probably consider brand new studs and nuts all the way around on this, just to be safe. So all the cables taken loose, laying over there, and also these last 2 nuts, and the whole intake with the carburetor still attached should pop right off. Alrighty, got the intake and the carburetor off, and here it is. I did notice one thing on the intake. You can see down in there that that's where one of the rubber hoses go. I believe for water to flow through, because on this side, this pipe right here was connected to that hose, and it runs up into the water pump housing and the thermostat housing. And then of course on this side, this hooks up to the other side that is blocked and continues on. It looks like some sort of a valve of some sort over here. But yeah, if I ain't mistaken, I think the hose off the back of that, which you can't really see too well, and then this hose, I think that runs down into the heater core. So yeah, I'm already finding things that are gunked up and clogged up. But yeah, that would have been a big problem had I not decided to start tearing the engine down. And I think I'm probably going to run into many more surprises like that as I'm tearing the engine apart. So yeah, it makes me feel better about my decision, to start tearing the engine down and clean it out and just rebuild it. So, well, that's all for this video. That's the carburetor and intake removed. And in a future video, I'll do a video of me actually, refurbishing this carburetor. So, I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.